In Paris, Sam attends a party thrown by his ex-girlfriend. But he isn't wants TMD there to have fun. He just wants to take back his old tapes. His ex asks him to wait for a moment because TMA's busy with guests. So now Sam has to sit for a while and feel out of place. When he gets tired of waiting, Ali asks his ex to tell him where his things are because he'd take them himself. She guides him to an office and tells him to stay in there so they can talk later. Ignoring the drunk people in the corridor, Sam goes to the office and locks the door to look around in peace. When he finally finds his things, suddenly his nose starts to bleed. So he grabs some tissues and sits down to rest. Eventually he falls asleep, so when moments later there is lots of shouting and chows outside, he does not hear a thing. The next morning Sam wakes up and grabs his things to leave, but as soon as he opens the door, Time's horrified to discover the entire place is a huge mess, and Time's blood everywhere. After grabbing a random object to defend himself, Sam checks outside the apartment only to discover all the party people, including his ex, have turned into zombies. As they try to attack him, Sam quickly closes the door. Then he looks outside through the window and discovers the same situation everywhere. Most people have turned into zombies, and those that haven't now, teammate, are being chased and killed. The streets of Paris are a mess as well, and when a family tries to escape in their car, the horn noise attracts the zombies, who immediately surround and kill them. Next, Sam checks the jackets and bags the guests left behind and finds their cell phones. So he ends up listening to all their calls for help, or even the last words they sent to their loved ones. When he does now, Tamade. Hear any more noises in the corridor? He leaves the apartment and goes to the roof. But he doesn't She'd see a single living person or any kind of help coming. Afterwards, Sam decides to do whatever it takes to survive and starts by cleaning the rooms to get rid of all the infected blood. Suddenly he hears a strange noise from the apartment below, right before a shot creates a hole on the floor. Sam looks through it and discovers that the neighbor downstairs self-deleted. Curious, he takes a metal bar from the wall and begins hitting the hole until it big enough for him to go through. After covering the old man with a blanket, he checks on the other body and realizes the first sound he had heard had been the guy shooting his wife because she was infected, and then he could know live with it. Then Sam raids the kitchen for food, grabs the Tima's weapon, and takes all the bullets he can find. After making sure the corridor is clear of zombies, he comes out and goes downstairs, closing every door he sees on the way. When he makes it to the front entrance, he finds the zombies outside, so he rushes to close the door right before they can reach for him. Now that the building has been secured, Sam goes to the caretaker, Tima's room and grabs the keys to all the apartments while ignoring the zombie reaching through the window. He also finds a can of tuna that he quickly eats, and then he takes all the supplies and useful objects he finds there before organizing the keys by apartment number, so he can use them to check each room. The first apartment he enters has a zombified family in it, and Sam is attacked, but after some struggle, he manages to push the zombie off. Then he runs outside and closes the door to draw an X on it to avoid re-entering it in the future. Then Sam continues to check all the other apartments, which thankfully are empty. He gathers all the food he can find, but sometimes he also takes other things like a paintball gun. Since Sama is a musician, TM's happy to find an MP3 player, some old cassettes, and even a set of drums. Once TM is done with all the apartments and has a mask to protect his face, Sam is closing up only to be startled by the elevator suddenly moving, which reveals a zombie inside. Since it is now Matt behaving violently, Sam does not want him to kill him. Instead, he ties the iron fence with a belt to keep him from escaping.